Hey everyone, Barry Johnson of Keysight Technologies. Welcome back to the channel. Today we start the concept of variables, which is essential to all programming languages. So with that, let's cue the intro. Alright, so if you paid close attention to my first tutorial, I actually already introduced variables, but now let's formally introduce them. So I'm just going to write a quick statement. So let's see what I wrote. I wrote a print statement. So print the string that's inside of these quotes, and it will output the Google Pixel 4a is the budget phone of 2020. If I were to execute this, the output would be the Google Pixel 4a is the budget phone of 2020. So there are several variables here, or things that we can use as variables. We know that first of all, this is opinion. So someone else's opinion might choose that Google is not the manufacturer. So that's one variable. It could be Google is the manufacturer and they believe it's the Pixel 4a 5G that was released this year. And it could also be that someone would prefer to say the Google Pixel 4a is in the top 4 or 5 budget phones of 2020. So we could also have a variable of 2020 or the year. So let's see how that works. So if I were to put the statement down and then come up here and write phone, then underscore manufacturer is equal to Google. Then I wrote phone model is equal to Pixel 4a. Then I wrote year, and I could just say digits or 4 digits together. So I could do 2020. So let's see how this concept works. So let me go here and start replacing this. So I have the first statement, and just so everyone can see, I'll write the same statement again, except I'm going to go the space plus phone manufacturer. Actually, sorry about that. Manufacturer plus phone model plus is the budget phone of plus year underscore 4 digits. All right, so let's go ahead and execute this. So if we see, the first statement was the Google Pixel 4a is the budget phone of 2020. So if I look, I have the Google Pixel 4a is the budget phone of 2020. And here I have the Google Pixel 4a is the budget phone of 2020. So one thing that we've noticed is I've got the Google Pixel 4a here, but I don't have a space in between the two. So that's easily correctable by just adding a space here. and hitting the execute button. And now they exactly line up perfectly. So this is a way we can use variables. Variables, like I said, right now we're learning the print function. We're prompting, so we're displaying something, but we can also add variables. So let's say, for instance, you have something like this statement that may change. So I can easily say, all right, well, this could be someone else's opinion. So I could change this to Apple, and I could change this to iPhone SE 2020. So if I were to execute this, the first one would say the Google Pixel 4a is the budget phone of 2020. And the second statement would say the Apple iPhone SE 2020 is the budget phone of 2020. So this is quickly what we do with variables. It allows us a lot of power because we're not stuck writing a lot of things. And then as we start to develop our programs, we're going to want input from the user. So we might want to take a variable, grab it from the user, and then do something with that. So we'll cover that in tutorial 4, but we're just going to kind of learn this concept. So I showed you where we're doing strings. I also can do something like the following. So let's just get rid of all this, and let's do A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 20. Actually, let's do 25. So I could do things like A, B is equal to A times B, and I could do print AB. So if I execute this, I see what I expect. AB is equal to 250. But what if I did this? I calculated AB, but then I came back and I said AB is equal to 25. Print AB. So if AB is truly equal to 25, if I've reset it, it should put out 25. So let's hit play, and that's what we see. So I could do the same concept as I did before where, and if I go print, if A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 25, what is the product of A and B? Is it, and I will need to, if I want to use A and B, I need to change it to a string, which we'll learn very soon. All right. I hope this was pretty basic. I didn't want to go into too detail, just want enough so we can start really expanding on this. So next time we'll cover more variables and more string types and start to get to where we actually start to poll or ask for data. All right. Well, I hope this was helpful to everyone. I'll see you next time.